So to tie my hair rig, this is what we're going to need. We're going to start off by taking our braid. Now this is armour length, this is my favourite braid. It's a non-coated braid, it's just sort of got a waxy type coating on the outside. Brilliant for my bottom bait rigs. Now for this one, I'm going to cut off a piece. Quite a long piece because this is going to be a snowman rig. Now for my hair rigs I tie them in exactly the same way, but I've got two different patterns of hooks here. And that's because I use a slightly different hook for a snowman rig or for a normal hair rig. So if I'm fishing a normal hair rig, I'll use one of these. So it's in a size 8, it's a slightly smaller pattern. It's a Fang X hook, and I love these curved shanks for my single hook baits. So if I was fishing one of these, a little dumbbell hooker or something like that, equally a boilie. If I'm to fish a snowman rig with a pop-up or a little topper or something, I'll use one of these. It's a bit of a bigger hook, it's a claw hook, this is a size 6. They're the two different patterns of hooks that I use, but the rig is tied in exactly the same way. For this one, we're going to use a claw hook because we're tying a snowman rig. That's why I've got a longer piece of braid. First thing we're going to do is tie a small overhand loop knot in one end of the braid. We're going to try and make this as small as possible because this is going to be for our hair. And then we're going to cut off that tag end because we no longer need it. So there we go. The next thing we're going to do is take one of our hooks. Now again, because this is a snowman rig, we're going to be using the claw hook, but we would tie it up in exactly the same way if we were using the fang hooks. So here's our claw hook. What we're going to do is take the other end of the braid without the loop knot. I'm going to pass that through the back of the eye like that, and then pull it up almost toward all the way to the end. Now my little trick for working out my hair length of what I want is by taking parallel to the hook point on the shank of the hook and just pinching like so. So there we go, that's about parallel, and then pulling out my hair like that. So this is roughly how long my hair is going to be. Now because this is a snowman rig, I want quite a big hair on this, so I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Probably looking for maybe about 30mm from where I pinched, which is about there. That's about right. I like to add 5mm off the knot just as free space, and then that's roughly where my hook bait's going to be. So if we've got a 15mm boilie and then a topper on there, it's going to be about 25-30mm, something like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to go for. And then we're just going to whip down the shank of the hook like so until we get to the hook point, which is about there. And then I'm just going to pinch all that together and pull out my hair. Now this is the important bit, and again I do this for both hooks. I'll now whip underneath the hair, and I do this to kick the hair out. So I'll do that maybe 3 times, there we go, and then pass that back through the eye to finish our knotless knot off. There we go. So now the hair is kicked out and we've got some whipping down underneath the knot. So you can see that there. We've got hair kicked out, whipping underneath the knot, and that's basically the knotless knot finished. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. I have fished the rig like this before and caught loads of fish on it, but there are just a few extra little tweaks that I like to do to this to completely finish it off and make sure that it's going to be 100% effective every time. First one of those things is going to be using one of these. This is a tungsten hook kicker, and these are absolutely brilliant. I can get one out of the packet. So I'm going to take one of these hook kickers, and again, same method as putting on one of the anti-tangle sleeves. Slide it onto the needle and then thread it onto the rig like so. So we've threaded on that tungsten hook kicker, and that's going to open up the gate, make sure the hook turns properly and make sure it sits flat on the deck as well. And then the final finishing touch, which I do to all my rigs, is again using one of these anti-tangle sleeves. Just going to use a needle to attach that. There we go. So to finish off this rig, we're going to tie one final overhand loop knot in the back of the rig, and then we're finished. Like so. We're just going to take the tool, tighten that down. So there we go, that is our finished hair rig. Very simple but incredibly effective.